Ferrari's hidden Hamilton hint. Ferrari didn't just announce Lewis Hamilton's move. They teased it, quietly, right under everyone's noses. Before anyone had confirmation that Hamilton was heading to Maranello for 2025, fans began spotting small, deliberate details that felt too perfect to ignore. One standout was a Ferrari post featuring a background image with 7 windows and 1 open door, sparking quick speculation. 7 world titles, 8th coming soon. It felt like a playful nod to Hamilton's current championship count. The fan sleuthing didn't stop there. Clocks in Ferrari's promo material suspiciously ticked towards 1644, another subtle wink, with 44 being Lewis's iconic race number. This wasn't random background noise. Ferrari's social team clearly leaned into the mystique, planting breadcrumbs that kept fans guessing. It created a wild feedback loop where online detectives dug into every Ferrari post looking for signs. By the time the actual news broke, a whole chunk of the F1 community felt they'd cracked the code early. The replay kerning glitch. At first glance, it seemed like nothing. Just another routine replay during Bahrain pre-season testing. But then sharp-eyed viewers noticed it. The word replay on screen looked weird. Really weird. The letter spacing had a glaring gap between the A and the Y, breaking the word into REPLA Y. It took no time for F1 fans to latch onto it. Screenshots popped up across Reddit and Twitter, captions filled with jokes, and soon this tiny typographic blunder turned into a full-blown meme. This one was special because it was so random and oddly satisfying to spot. Fans started treating it like an Easter egg in itself, laughing about how even a minor glitch could go viral in a sport obsessed with precision. It didn't stop there either. Some joked that REPLA Y was a secret code for teams reviewing their own mistakes, or that it should become the sport's official typo. The kerning fail became an inside joke almost overnight. One of those moments that bonded the online F1 community around something trivial and hilarious. The best part? The graphic glitch appeared during the typically uneventful testing coverage, when fans are hungry for anything remotely interesting. The meme filled the void perfectly, and even after the typo disappeared from broadcasts, it lived on in screenshots, forum signatures, and race day memes. A tiny production slip that accidentally became one of the most recognizable hidden moments of that season. Senna helmet icon in broadcast graphics. F1 fans who pay attention to the small stuff might have spotted it. A tiny yellow, green and blue helmet graphic quietly sitting in broadcast overlays. That little detail isn't random. It's a subtle tribute to Ayrton Senna, one of the sport's most legendary drivers, whose iconic helmet colours are burned into racing history. This Easter egg tends to show up during key moments on tracks linked to Senna's career, like Monaco or Interlagos. Sometimes it's tucked near the circuit layout on screen. Other times, it's blended into transition graphics. Broadcasters don't announce it or explain it. They just drop it in there for those who know what to look for. The impact of this hidden nod is massive for longtime fans. Senna's legacy is so deep in F1's DNA that even a small helmet icon can stir emotion. It's a way of keeping his spirit present at modern races, a silent reminder of his skill, bravery, and tragic end at Imola in 1994. McLaren 750 S3759 Triple Crown livery. McLaren turned this car into a full-on Easter egg hunt on wheels. You see, in 2023, their bespoke McLaren 750 S3759 edition showed up looking sharp and sophisticated, but every number on that livery carried deep meaning. Here's the code cracked: 3 for McLaren's Indy 500 win in 1974, 7 for Monaco GP glory in 1984, and 59 for their historic Le Mans victory in 1995. Together, they represent McLaren's Triple Crown, a rare motorsport achievement that only a few teams and drivers can claim. The design wasn't loud or flashy either. Subtle racing stripes, tiny references hidden in badges and plates, and that cryptic 3759 sequence on the side. For casual viewers, it was just a clean livery. but fans in the know understood immediately. This was McLaren flexing its history with style. This Easter egg isn't hidden in graphics or overlays. It's real-world art, baked right into the car itself. The whole approach matched McLaren's modern aesthetic, restrained, precise, but full of meaning. They didn't need a big announcement, just a clever code waiting for enthusiasts to recognise. For anyone who spotted that combination of numbers, it was a satisfying wink from McLaren quietly saying, "We remember where we've been, and we want you to remember too." Vegas Ninja Turtle Easter egg. The 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix was supposed to be a glitzy spectacle, cars flying down the strip under neon lights. Instead, it turned into a meme factory before the race even started. During practice, Carlos Sainz's Ferrari hit an improperly sealed manhole cover at speed, causing major damage. The session was red-flagged, and the whole incident became the butt of jokes across the F1 world. Then fans took it a step further. In race previews and some fan-made track maps, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle icon quietly appeared near the section of track where Sainz's car got wrecked. The reference? Simple: manholes, New York's turtles, and the chaos that shut down F1's shiny new Vegas race before it really began. This playful Easter egg didn't come from the official broadcast but spread like wildfire through community graphics, memes, and fan art. It was one of those perfect moments where F1's sometimes serious vibe collided with internet culture's love of absurdity. Even among the glitz and money of Las Vegas, the unexpected became iconic. The image of that turtle, bandana, nunchucks and all, next to turn 14 became a wink at how unpredictable and entertaining F1 can get, even when it's not on purpose. The fans made sure that manhole moment wasn't forgotten, giving it a cheeky mascot that will forever stick in Vegas GP lore. Hammer time nod to Hamilton. When Lewis Hamilton's engineer shouts, "It's hammer time" on team radio, everyone knows what's coming next. Flat-out pace, lap records under threat, and Hamilton digging deep. The phrase itself has become so tied to his legacy that even the graphics teams couldn't resist sneaking it into their work. During coverage of key Hamilton races, especially at Silverstone where his legend has been written many times over, fans began noticing something small but clever. A hammer emoji paired with a clock emoji tucked near track maps or overlays. It's subtle, not a big flashy animation, but a quiet nod that sharp-eyed viewers caught while watching live. This Easter egg perfectly blends the sport with fan culture. It's hammer time didn't just stay as an engineer's code word. It turned into memes, merchandise, and now broadcast graphics. Every time Hamilton was unleashed in tricky conditions, or when chasing down a win on home soil, that tiny graphic would pop up like an inside joke between the production crew and the fans. The best part is that these nods appeared right as the action ramped up. You'd see Lewis tightening his lines through Copse or Abbey, and that tiny hammer plus clock would show up, almost winking at viewers who knew exactly what it meant. Things were about to get serious. Purple Lizard at Singapore GP overlay. Singapore has a reputation for throwing curveballs at drivers: heat, humidity, narrow streets, and sometimes wildlife. In 2016, and again in later years, monitor lizards made unexpected appearances, wandering across the Marina Bay track mid-session. Marshals scrambled, drivers radioed in confusion, and cameras caught the bizarre sight of a giant lizard casually making its way over the racing line. That moment quickly became part of Singapore GP folklore. But here's where it got clever. In later races, broadcasters quietly paid tribute to the lizard incidents by slipping a small purple lizard graphic into on-screen overlays during coverage from Marina Bay. It wasn't front and centre, but eagle-eyed fans who remembered those earlier wildlife run-ins spotted the detail and shared it widely online. The purple colouring was part tribute, part joke. A nod to how surreal it was seeing a cold-blooded creature dodge 300 km/h cars under the lights. For long-time viewers, it became a little wink from the production crew. Singapore GP is the track where anything can happen, even a surprise reptile cameo. Shanghai 1000 marker. In 2019, Formula One reached a huge milestone. Its 1,000th race celebrated at the Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai. The event itself was packed with tributes and throwbacks, but one of the cleverest was almost hidden. A quiet Easter egg tucked into race graphics and promotional artwork. During the weekend's coverage, fans who paid close attention noticed the Chinese character for 1000 subtly integrated into some track maps and overlays. It wasn't loudly announced or highlighted with banners. Instead, it sat discreetly in the corner or blended into circuit designs, almost as a reward for sharp-eyed viewers watching closely. This little detail meant more than just marking a number. The character honoured the race's location in Shanghai and gave a cultural nod to the milestone being celebrated in China. It was a nice touch that respected the host nation while also winking at history. Suzuka Senna Prost collision icon. Suzuka circuit has always carried weight in F1 history, but there's one moment that defines it more than any other. The infamous clash between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost in 1990. The championship on the line, front row start, and just seconds into the race, Senna went for the gap at turn 1 and tangled with Prost. Both cars out, championship decided instantly. That corner, forever tied to controversy and high-stakes drama, became legend. And among dedicated fans, it's quietly memorialised. Some fan-made circuit maps and artwork include a tiny crash icon placed precisely where that collision happened, a subtle marker only visible if you really know what you're looking at. This Easter egg doesn't appear in official broadcasts, but it's become part of Suzuka's lore thanks to hardcore F1 fans keeping history alive through their designs. It's a perfect nod to one of the sport's most explosive rivalries, symbolising how that clash didn't just decide a title, it defined an entire era. Leclerc's 16 Monza tribute. When Charles Leclerc crossed the line at Monza in 2019, it marked a statement. Ferrari hadn't won their home race since 2010, and Leclerc, still in just his second season, delivered under massive pressure. The Tifosi went wild, draping flags everywhere and roaring with pride. In the aftermath, some sharp-eyed fans spotted a subtle tribute that added another layer to that historic day. In some post-race graphics and fan-made artwork, Ferrari's badge appeared alongside a small 16, Leclerc's race number. It was easy to miss, tucked neatly into corners of visuals celebrating the win, but once you saw it, it clicked instantly. This was Ferrari quietly honouring their new star's breakthrough. That tiny number 16 became a symbol of a new era for Ferrari fans. It represented the hope that Leclerc would carry the torch and deliver even more Monza glory in years to come. It also added a personal touch to Ferrari's notoriously polished branding, a nod that felt emotional, heartfelt, and tailored specifically for the Tifosi. So now that you know about these hidden F1 Easter eggs, here's the real question. What else is hiding in plain sight on race day that we've all missed? Could there be more tiny tributes, subtle jokes, or secret symbols woven into every broadcast and livery? If you spot one that didn't make this list, drop it in the comments as you also like the video, and subscribe for more amazing videos like this one.